Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Cliff EOTC vlog. Today is Tuesday, March 22nd, 2016. This afternoon, I'm asking myself the question, what is the value in producing this vlog on a consistent basis? For those that aren't aware, I am originally producing these via Snapchat as my Snapchat story each day. And then at some point, when I feel like I've wrapped up everything I want to include in the official vlog recording of it, I will download my Snapchat story. I clean up some of the random bits of silence in between the 10-second snap limit. I render that video out of iMovie, upload it to my YouTube channel, and put it over there at cliffeotc.com. And then I take Adobe Media Encoder and I will create an even smaller version of the video file to release it as a video podcast episode. And I share all of that to explain that even though the production value is pretty low, it seems to be, I would say, unpolished, the reality is that it's still a lot of work to be able to create this content, and specifically if you're doing it on a daily basis like I am. I don't like the idea of creating content and having it so that only those who are on Snapchat will get to see it. There are a lot of things that I share that I enjoy referring people back to, and so I can give them a link to the video on YouTube. And I have checked my stats, and there are over 700 people who are watching this via the video podcast episodes alone. You know, creating this content is not easy, but those of you who have been following me for a long time, you know that I have a saying that I live by. And that saying is actually on the t-shirt that I'm wearing right now. And yes, it's reversed here on Snapchat and will be in the video that you guys see later. I know that there are some people who have the skill of reading things that are shown backwards, and so you probably picked up on it right away. For the rest of you, my t-shirt simply says, I don't need easy, I just need worth it. And the only reason that I have created consistently, day after day, this vlog is because up till now, I think it has been worth it. I've played around with the format of giving you a quote-unquote day in the life of Cliff Ravenscraft, and I've received some great feedback from folks who have been inspired by some of the things that I include in my daily routine, especially those who have been inspired by my fitness commitments. But that's just it. So many things in my life are routine, and after a couple days of seeing it, it's the same thing every day. So I've tried to mix things up a little bit. I've tried sharing just random little thoughts throughout my day. Things like this. Depending on what it is I've shared, different people have given me some very positive feedback about things that they've learned and were inspired as a result of that content. And up to this point, like I said, it has been worth it. And you know, even though it's a lot of work at the end of the day, I still do it. But it's like this with everything that we do. Sometimes you get some feedback that isn't so great. For example, I had a friend of mine, very close friend, email me to tell me how horrible my audio is in these vlogs, especially when I'm in my studio. This is a very close friend of mine, and this friend happens to know just how much of an audio snob I am when it comes to audio podcasts. You know what? He's right about the audio quality. The way that I'm doing this, the way that this is being produced right now, it is very unpolished, very unprofessional. And his point was simply that, hey, it seems like you're doing a ton of your content for your vlog from your studio. And if that's the case, why don't you do something with the acoustic panels or something? Really, the only reason that comment sticks out to me, it probably wouldn't even been something that I would mention to you guys, except for it simply piles up on top of some of the other feedback that I receive. I've seen people who have complained about my Snapchat stories that it seems like I just, you know, a talking head and the background never changes. There are people that I follow on Snapchat that do exactly what I'm doing right now, talking from snap to snap to snap, going on and on. It really depends on the person, and sometimes even what that person is sharing as to whether or not I'll actually pay attention to what they're saying. Here's what I know though. If I like the person that's sharing the content, and I can find some way of mining value out of what they happen to be sharing, then I don't care if their video is a little bit shaky like this, you know, all that stuff, that doesn't matter to me. But I have to balance that and that line of thinking with the fact that I do care about the production value of what we do is for content creation. I also know that if Snapchat were not as easy as it is to create this content, the reality is that so much of what I've shared in all of these daily vlog posts, I wouldn't have shared it anywhere. I mean, I could carry an audio recorder with me everywhere I go, and I could create high quality audio recordings whenever I'm inspired. But there's something about Snapchat that makes it more compelling for me to create this content in the way that I'm creating it right now. The thing is though, when you put yourself out there and you're putting content out consistently, you're consistently opening yourself to the criticism of other people. Yesterday afternoon, I uploaded yesterday's vlog to my Facebook account. Knowing how the Facebook algorithms work, I didn't know if it would impact it or not, but I went ahead and clicked the like button on my video that I uploaded. I didn't just like it. The reality is I hovered over the like button on Facebook and I clicked on the heart button to say that I loved the post. One of my Facebook friends asked the question in the comment, and it simply says, "Cliff, did you just love your own post that you just published to Facebook?" And I said, "Yeah, I did actually. Don't you love the work that you do?" And then this person proceeded to tell me how he feels that my 5-minute selfies on Snapchat and this vlog are a little bit much. His thoughts are that I've allowed the success that I've achieved over the years to go to my head, and that now I just seem so egotistical. The crazy thing is that I know that the criticism and the negative things that I hear about these things that I'm doing, it's such a minority. I mean, it's maybe 10 or 15 people over the course of 60 days. And when you take some of the harmless comments that are just real critiques, like audio quality in my studio, it's amazing how negative feedback can pile on top of other negative feedback. And when you have somebody who is a beloved member of your community and they give you positive critique and how you can improve what you're doing, it's amazing how when all of that comes together and just boils to a head, you have to come back to yourself and say, is this still worth it? This is one of the longest snap to snap stories that I've done on here in a very long time. I know the audio quality is echoey here in the kitchen. I know that the video is not perfectly still because I am holding my selfie stick right here like this. I know that I haven't done anything special to create the visual appeal of anything more than the same boring background behind me. Here's what I'd like to know from anyone who is still listening to every word that I'm speaking in today's Snapchat story or in this vlog. I already get plenty of critique on things that could be improved in these vlogs or in this Snapchat story. But more than anything, what I would like to know is, how have these vlogs helped you? In what ways have you been inspired by what content that I've shared? And can you find value in anything that I even just recently shared here today? Just know that the feedback that I get from you in response to this will help me determine if it's still worth it to create this content. Guys, I just came up with a great idea, and I've decided to create an Evernote file in my Evernote account called Is It Worth It? And as you can see at the very top of the note here, it says, "Worth it? Is Snapchat and the Cliff EOTC vlog worth it?" What I plan on doing is that anytime I get positive and encouraging feedback of where this content right here is making a difference, I'll simply put that in this Evernote file so that if I am ever bogged down with a bunch of back-to-back negative criticism, or if I'm ever just thinking, man, this is too much work, why am I doing this? And all I need to do is simply pull up this Evernote file and read some of the things that you guys will be writing to me, hopefully, in the very near future. I love what my friend Addie shared. She says, when it comes to Snapchat and what I'm doing, authenticity trumps all quality. And I like that statement. Addie also shared how my vlog has encouraged her in the area of being consistent with her exercise routine and also helping her overcome limiting beliefs and getting out and doing things without seeking the permission of others. I went ahead and dropped this screen capture from a private snap that I had with a member of my community after I had shared in my story one day about my coaching calls that I do. And I've intentionally removed the name here, but he had sent me this snap saying, "Would love to chat sometime, have a lot that I'm struggling with right now, working to overcome my weaknesses." And then I wrote back saying, "Are you saying that you're interested in coaching?" And he responded that he is possibly interested in some coaching one-on-one. When it comes to creating content for this vlog, I'm not looking for that direct return on investment saying, you know, where's the money from doing this? But when I do get private Snap messages of people who say, hey, I love what you're doing here. I can't wait to take your next A to Z course, or I'd love to coach with you one-on-one. That certainly does put a check mark in the worth it column. Another response came in from Mike where he says, I like the fact that these are unpolished. He says the best part about vlogging, especially through Snapchat, is that you can allow the human side to come out. He went on to say the fact that your message is live and on the fly connects me to you even more as a person. And then he finished his comment by saying that he really enjoys hearing me speak about the human experience and that I continually deliver on that here. So my friends, would you like to provide me some feedback on what value that you get out of this, helping me to put more check marks in the worth it column? The best way to do that, and that would allow me to put your comments into my Evernote file, is if you are on Snapchat following this, then send me a private Snap text message, not photo or video, but text. Or if you happen to be watching this on YouTube, whether on the desktop or in the mobile app, just leave me a comment in the comment section of this video. If I've uploaded this to Facebook and you're watching it from my Facebook post, you can let me know in the comments below. And then for those of you who are watching this via the Cliff EOTC video podcast feed, send me an email, cliff@podcastanswerman.com. As they come in, I'll add them to this Evernote file, and I'll either cover this as an episode of the Cliff Ravenscraft Show or do a blog post. And for any of you who have struggled to find any value out of what I've shared here today, if nothing else, I hope that this vlog post encourages you to ask the question of the things that you're doing. Is it worth it? This story is already long enough, and no matter what I'm going to do tonight, and yes, I am going to the gym, Stephanie and I do have a 1-hour chest and tricep strength training session with our personal trainer this evening. But with all of that, I am going to go ahead and wrap things up and say until next time, I encourage you to take everything you do to the next level.